What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Post-Gazette Sports Now YouTube channel for our college show we do every week. No Abby Schnabel with me this week. We have another special guest instead. You guys, you know his name. You know both of his names. And you definitely know him from what he does on the basketball court in Oakland. Federiko joins us this week. Fedi, how's it going, man? It's been a while.
Been a while. Went back home,
Yeah.
got to see the family, play a couple games, and
We're
now
gonna,
I'm back.
we're going to talk about all that. First, I want to know how you're feeling. The last time I saw you, I mean, you were a little banged up. It was March Madness. You got hurt in the ACC tournament. You didn't play the first game of March Madness. You had a very limited role for the remainder of the tournament. How are you feeling now? Are you back to full health?
I feel great. I had like a couple of months to recover. I'm full healthy now. Feel great.
All good?
All good.
Awesome. So I want to ask now that the season's completely done. I had a chance to speak with you immediately after you guys lost to Xavier, but understandably so. You didn't have much to say, and again, that makes sense. But now that you've had a couple of months to really reflect, has it really set in what you achieved and what this team achieved this past season, going from being picked 14th in the ACC to almost winning the league, to going into the dance and winning a couple of games, you yourself becoming, a starter on a tournament team? What's it all like now that you're able to kind of look back on it?
Now that I look back at it, we had a hell of a season. I had a hell of experience uh, going from coming from the bench to a starter. I learned a lot, and I just feel like mm, hell of a season.
Yeah.
Learned a
What
lot.
what's the biggest thing that you learned from
Um,
last season?
Probably taking responsibility and the physicality on NCAA basketball and how's the game type and everything like that.
What's your favorite moment from last year? Do you have a specific game or maybe even a specific play that you look back on as your favorite memory?
Favorite memory will be senior night, probably Aiden's bucket.
That's
Yeah,
everyone's against Syracuse. That's everyone on your team that I ask about. That just seems like it was the most special day for you guys.
yeah, it was special, magical.
So last year you're a new guy in Pittsburgh. You're getting to know the city a little bit. You're getting to know the campus. Now you're the big man on campus. They're selling your jersey along with the twins. I see, and everyone knows you, and they'll see you out from time to time. Is it safe to say you've settled in Pittsburgh now? Do you feel like this is kind of like your second home?
Yeah, like when I went back home to Finland, I was kind of missing Pittsburgh, so I,
Really?
I could say that
So
Pittsburgh's second home.
you just went back to Finland. Was that your first time heading home since coming to Pitt?
Yeah,
What's that like? How nice was it to be back in Finland, and tell us a little bit about what you did when you were back home.
so it was super nice. One thing about Finland, summertime, is that the sun doesn't go down, so it's up the whole time. So it's bright outside from 2 a.m. to from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Hmm.
The sun is already up, so it's great. I got to see the family, practice with my friends, national team. Uh, got to play a couple games that felt great. Uh, got to see my old friends.
Yeah, and that's got to be cool. Now I know that college basketball isn't the biggest thing in Europe, but are they aware of what you achieved this past year? Were they following along? Did they watch a lot of the games or read anything about what you did at Pitt this past season?
So when I went back home, I was kind of surprised because I mean the camp that I went to, the national team camp, was Rising Stars camp. And when I went there, there was a lot of interest about me. I had a couple interviews with local TV channels and stuff like that. So I feel like people from back home was following me, and like now they got interest on how I'm
Well,
doing on there.
since you brought it up, I got to ask, who do you enjoy speaking with more, the Pittsburgh media or the media in Finland?
Both.
Both?
I
Oh,
would
okay.
say Pittsburgh media more
I,
because
I like
you
to hear
guys are
that.
with us all the time. But
So, Fetty, I wanted to ask, I mean, you're fighting for a spot on the Finland national team, is that correct?
yeah,
How would you say that process is going? Are there any updates? Do you know where you stand? Like, when do you find out if you made the team and will be able to compete with them?
so right now I'm waiting for invite, or I already know I'm going back, but the dates that the camp is gonna start, stuff like that. I'm gonna be with the senior, like the men's basketball team with all the pro players and like Lowry Markin and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to
How, how
go back.
different how different is it playing international basketball when you play in the for Team Finland and you're playing in the FIBA stuff? How different of a game is it compared to playing college basketball here in America? Is there a different playing style?
Yeah, I mean the basketball is faster. There's 24-second shot clock, and everything's just faster. I feel like uh, it's also more like tactical on the way.
Do you feel like that style of play prepares players for the NBA or for professional basketball a little bit better? Because I mean, we're seeing you can make an argument the top 4 or 5 players in the world right now, they're all international guys. They're not really from America. Do you feel like that international style of play that you talked about, the high pace, the tactical side of the game, kind of gets you prepared for the NBA a little bit different than what you see here in America?
Yeah, I would say that you have to make decisions quicker, start the offense quicker, and just move faster. And I feel like that, like when, like here, we got 30-second shot clock.
Mhm.
Uh, there's like more time uh, and things like that. So I feel like, yeah, it prepares you.
Okay. So, on another note about your trip to Finland, I know you weren't the only Pit Panther in Finland. I understand you had a visitor while you were there. One of your coaches, Coach Jason Capel, made the trip out there. Can you tell us a little bit about that backstory? Apparently, he said he was gonna come visit you there a long time ago, and he just kind of fulfilled his promise.
Yeah. So when he was recruiting me, he said he wanna learn about my culture and stuff like that, and he told me that he's gonna come visit me. So I didn't really believe it, but then he texted me. I was like, "Yo, Fede, I'm coming for this weekend," and he came to Finland. I showed him around. He got to experience the Finnish summer and a little bit about the culture.
Did he fit in? Did he fit in well, or did it take some time for him to adjust to the Finnish culture?
I feel like it took him a little bit because the sun was out uh, all the time and didn't really get dark and stuff like that. But I felt like coach like he liked Finnish culture, and he came to see my family too. So I was just like, I appreciate that. I told him that that meant a lot for me, him coming out there, seeing me. Uh,
If you could take one teammate to Finland for a week, who would you pick and why?
I would pick Will. Uh,
Will.
I
Okay.
would pick Will.
Why is that?
We always talk about uh, overseas. Like Will was last year when he went to Greece and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we always talked about that. I told him if he ever comes to Finland, we would have a good time.
Freddie, obviously you have a lot of teammates returning. You got the twins back. You have Blake returning. Dior's back. Will's back. But you got a lot of new guys on this roster, and I think you've had a couple of chances to practice with them and work out with them. I wanted to ask about the two transfer guys, Ishmael and Zach. What have they been like to play with, and how are they kind of integrating into this group that you already had established here in Pittsburgh?
Great guys. I would say Ish is the energy guy. He's little like Blake. He talks
Okay.
a lot. He yells in practice, like it. And then Zach is he's just a great teammate to be around. Jokes a lot, laugh a lot, and I feel like they are both like pieces that we need to succeed. And that's it. That's it.
All right. So, and then in addition to them, you add four freshmen. I'm interested in hearing about all of them, but the one primarily I want to hear you talk about is Papa Kante. Um, he adds to your front court that returns pretty much everyone. Um, how has he been? To play with, to practice against. What are some things that we should be looking out for in his game when he checks in for the Panthers?
So only practiced like once, and it wasn't even playing a lot. But he's a big. He got things to learn. I feel like by time he's gonna like he got things to learn, but he's a great fit too. He can shoot. He can. He got size. He runs the floor, but he's a great fit too.
So I was talking about it on Twitter. You've got you from Finland. You've got the twins from Spain. Kante's from Senegal. I think we should call the front court for Pitt the United Nations. What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Who would be the president of the United Nations? Is that you or is that one of the twins?
I would take the title.
You would take the title? You took
Yes.
that quickly. I appreciated that. And so does that make like the twins like co-VPs?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So Fetty, I wanted to ask. Obviously, you had a pretty big breakout year last year, and you filled a role that Pitt really needed as someone who could defend the basket, someone who could get rebounds, someone who could run the floor in transition. Everyone loved it when you would catch those lobs from Nelly. Always got the zoo jump in. But I want to know, what are you looking to improve this offseason? What are some areas of your game that you hope to elevate coming into next season?
So coming into next season, I'm trying to be bigger, size wise. Trying to add a little mid range game, a little 3-pointer, like I said, and some post moves.
Okay.
Post moves.
I'm happy to say that because I feel like I'm the only one who asks you, when are you going to start shooting threes? I've seen you take a couple at the end of practice when media starts being allowed in and everything. I see you got the jump shot. Are we going to see a 3-pointer from Federico this year?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes? All right. All right. I like to hear that. I like to hear that. Fetty, I want to know as well. I mean, just looking at this team chemistry, where last year you had some older guys, right? You had Nelly and JB and Greg and Nike. This team's pretty young. Aside from Blake, I think everybody else has eligibility after this year. What's it going to be like to build that chemistry? And is it even possible to reach a level of chemistry that you guys had last year, being that everyone's kind of a little younger?
I feel like we got a younger team, but everybody's competitive. You can see it, and we kind of already building the relationship. Like we hang out a lot, we talk in the locker room. You can feel it, like it's building up. So I would say it takes some time, but by the time season starts, we'll be we'll be like team like this.
Okay. All right. So I got to ask, I mean, you have a lot of close friends on the team, but I always enjoyed observing the dynamic between you and Blake. I liked when you guys would go back and forth. You'd have the bet about the rebound in practice and everything. How happy are you that Blake Hinson is back for another year? What was your reaction when you found out that he wasn't going to the NBA and coming back for another season at Pitt?
I mean, Blake told me already after season ended that.
Oh yeah, so you knew the whole time?
I knew the whole time.
Why didn't you let me know? I could have broke that news. I thought.
It's,
No, I'm just kidding. But no, so I mean, what's it like to know that though? Where he probably could have went off and started a professional career either here in America or somewhere outside of the United States. What's it like to know that this guy wants to come back and help, continue to build this program and compete for an ACC championship?
I mean, it shows what kind of person Blake is. Like, he loves the city, he loves his teammates, loves the coaches, loves the staff. I feel like he enjoys being here, enjoys being with us. It's just a great feeling knowing that you got someone like that besides you and the team.
So, Fedi, just looking at what's on the docket for you guys this summer, I know the team's planning to head over to Spain. Are you going to be making that trip as well? And what are you looking forward to about that trip if you are going to be making it?
I don't know yet if I'm going to be on the trip, but looking forward to build a bit of connection with everybody.
All right.
Having fun, man.
And speaking of things to look forward to, it was just announced, we're recording this Wednesday afternoon. It was announced you guys will be hosting Missouri. Schedule's not out yet, but I'm sure you've peeked a little bit at, the home and away games you'll have in the ACC play this year. You're going to be in New York for a week during Thanksgiving week, playing in the preseason NIT. You're hitting the road, going to West Virginia. You're hosting some non-conference mid-majors. Do you get that excitement when you see these games, when you see, oh, man, we're playing Missouri. They were in the tournament last year. We're going to West Virginia. They were in the tournament. We're going back to New York again. Does that excitement start to creep in? Are you ready for the season to get going?
Yeah, so I'm super excited. Like, I saw that Missouri game, then I saw that tournament. We're gonna play against Baylor. I got a friend that plays in Baylor and stuff like that. So I'm super excited. Super excited for the season.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Fedi, I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on. I'm sure a whole bunch of Pitt basketball readers and viewers here really enjoy hearing from you, and I'm excited to cover you for another season here in Pittsburgh, my man.
Thank you.
Yeah, hit that subscribe all button if you haven't already, folks, and keep tuning into the Post-Gazette Sports Now YouTube channel for more Pittsburgh sports content from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Take care.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you enjoyed it on Apple Podcasts, please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. For 6 months of digital access to post-gazette.com for just $6, click the link down in the description.